2, go.
Hi, my name is Stephanie Taylor. I am a COTA at Georgetown Place up in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and I'm also a clinical program lead for the Continence Management Program. Today I would like to introduce you to a home exercise program website that I've been using for about 4 years. It's simple to use. You can sign up for a free membership, and I have found it helpful for all different types of exercises, different parts of the body. So let's go ahead and you'll type into your internet search www.HEP2GO.com. When you type that in, this is the page that should come up, and you can kind of see a monitor of a bunch of different exercises. If you look towards the bottom right of the screen, you'll see a login, and below that you'll see new member sign up, which is free. So we're going to go ahead and establish a new account. So you're going to click on that, and this just pulls up all the membership perks. You can scroll all the way down towards the bottom where you'll see an individual plan, and you're just going to click on the basic plan. So in order to have your membership, you have to enter your name. So make sure that whatever you put in looks good, because that's what's going to be printed on the actual exercise program sheets. Website, you don't have to put anything in, and you don't have to do a profile pic. Years experience, all of these things just go into your profile. It's not necessary to enter any of that. The location, you can put where you are located if you want to. The email address, when you sign up for a membership, they will actually send you a confirmation email. So what I recommend doing is just putting the RD-whatever your facility number is into this email address, and then you can pull it up from the actual facility email. Okay, and then it'll also ask you to repeat that again. So you'll re-enter it. And then you'll also need to create a password, because that's what you will use when you do the login button. So we'll just do one. Oh, I almost forgot. At the bottom, you have to enter the characters that you see below, and then you also have to click this button to I agree to the terms of use. So you just have to put whatever is in these boxes. And this is the only time you'll have to do this. And then I agree, and then submit. All right, so now it's going to tell you that you're going to receive an email that you provided, and if you click on it, then it will complete the registration process. So if you go to your email, which I'm going to pull mine up, and then you'll see it pop up, HEP2GO, new membership account. And then it says your account has been created successfully. To activate your account, click on the link below. So you click on that, and then it says your registration is complete, and you can log in. So make sure your email address you're putting in is the same thing that you put in on the main screen. And then your password. Okay, so after you do all of that, your screen will change. Okay, so now we are logged in. You can see your name at the top here. So the first thing that you can do is if you go to exercises, this is going to pull up all of the exercise library. You can see up here the different numbers across. Those are actually different pages. So there are a lot of exercises that you can scroll through. So the first thing is we're going to look at on the left column is group. There are 3 options, HEP2GO plus others. I always keep it on this setting, which it defaults to, because you'll see in a bit that you can also submit your own exercises. So if you have a special exercise that you like and you want to share with other therapists, you have that ability to do so. So I always just keep it at HEP2GO, which is their exercises, and then any others that people have shared. So if you go down to the next section, category, you can pick up what part of the body you want to find an exercise for. So let's say if we want to do cervical range of motion, maybe we want them just to maybe try a chin tuck. You can click on this, and then it'll actually add it down to your toolbar. There are lots of different pages, so you can see as we're scrolling through, you can see all of the different types of exercises. And if you want to do something with strengthening or passive range of motion, you can go down to any of those, and it'll show you different styles of exercises. You also can edit the type of position that you want your patient in. So if you go down to the position, if you look over here, there's prone, side lying, standing, kneeling, quadruped, sitting, and supine. So maybe you want your person to do it in supine. And these will only pull up all of the exercises with cervical passive range of motion that are in supine. So I really like this feature that you can be more specific with it because it narrows down your search. There's also an education piece. And if you go to education, these are all of the different types of education things you can add to your HEP. I think body mechanics, I've used that before, especially if we're maybe doing some low-level reaching. And you'll just have to make sure, though, that you change your position back to all. Otherwise, it's only going to pull up what you had listed in the position as supine. And so you can see there's knee height lifting, waist height lifting. So let's go ahead and see if we can find putting on a shoe with a long-handled shoe horn. So there are a lot of adaptive techniques that you can also use, and so then that has been added to the desktop, to the HEP editor. And let's go ahead and going down, let's find maybe one for the hip and knee. And maybe we want this person to do it in standing. And let's see about maybe just doing some standing hamstring curls. So if that's what you want, you can click on the red plus, and then it'll also add down to the toolbar. And we'll pick maybe one more. These are special. These actually are activities that you can have them do. Cardio is one that I've used a lot before. If you pull it up, you've got different programs, a walking program, jogging, running on a treadmill, and then there's a lot of other exercise pages as well that you can look at. So sometimes if I have somebody who was on the pulmonary program and the PEP program, I might have them continue on with a walking program. And so this one I've used a lot. You add on to this, and then we're going to go to our HEP editor then, and we're going to make some details with these exercises. So essentially, you go through this list, and you're going to pick what exercises that you want, and you scroll through them again by using the numbers on the tool bar up here. And so to get to the exercise editor, you're just going to click on the check mark with the circle. And these are going to pull up all of the exercises that you selected from the library, and this is where you can edit them. So up here in the routine name, you can change the routine name, but don't ever use a patient's name. Usually, if I know I'm doing something specific, like maybe I'm working on upper body strengthening, I might just put that as the routine name. These things here you can only change if you have a account that you're paying for, which you have the option that you can add on to your company name, but it's not really necessary. Over here is where you're going to be spending your time. So you can first go to Layout. Layout will actually allow you to put one exercise per page, a few exercises per page, or you can do many. I always do the one exercise per page, especially because the text that's here cannot be enlarged, unfortunately. So the bigger the sheet is, the bigger the print, especially for those people who have low vision. So now, over here, you can click on these little drop boxes, and you can actually go in there and repeat, do the repeats of how many you want. So maybe for chin tucks, we just want to do 10, and maybe just provide a 10-second stretch. And then completing, you have up to 20 set options. So maybe we'll say 2 sets, and then we'll perform twice a day. You also have the ability that if you want to delete anything, you can actually modify the text box. So if you have somebody who maybe has a lower cognition, you can simplify what's written in the box so that they'll be able to follow the steps more easily. And then you can go down and do the same thing for all of these. Some of these exercises have a video feature to them, which if you have your client sitting with you, you can also review on the video. This one for body mechanics, again, you can simplify what's in the text. Now you'll notice this one does not have a repeat hold box to it like some of the exercises will. And then we'll work our way down to standing hamstring curls. You can also add, if you want them to use support, you can add that into the box. And then maybe you want them to do that 15 times. You don't need to do a hold and maybe 3 sets. Maybe we'll do 3 times a week. And then you can go ahead and go down to the next one. And the walking program is usually where I'll stick a lot of the information in terms of how much time I want them to walk, with what support device, as well as taking rest breaks intermittently throughout. So you can put the details of that in there. And then you can also put them in here for the duration. It goes up to 25 minutes. And then same thing, you can complete it multiple times a day, a week, or an hour. So if everything looks like how you want it, you can go to Save Routine. And it'll say your routine has been saved successfully. Your free membership will only allow you to save 2 HEPs. You can make as many HEPs as you want, but your membership plan will only allow you to keep 2. So you can keep modifying those. Typically, the 2 saved routines I have are ones that are pretty universal exercises, mostly core and then also upper body strengthening. So you can then go to print, or if you decide that you want to add more, you can go back to add more. And same thing as before, you can click on an exercise, and then it'll appear on the toolbar. But once everything is how you want it, if you scroll down, you can go to the print button. And then this is what it will actually look like once you print it. And you can see at the top, you can see my name, the date. They also have, the client has the ability, if they want to go on to their email, they can get the code for this specific exercise. And then down here, you'll see the print and the frequency and duration of the exercise. And then you also have the patient education piece with the adaptive equipment. And then standing hamstring curls, and then the walking program. And so if that's what you want, you can go right back up to the top and it will go ahead and start printing out for you. And then you hit the print button. And so it will start to print. You can add any amount of exercises that you want to. There's no limit. Typically, I usually put about maybe 5 exercises onto a program. Usually, if I pretty much know what I want, especially becoming familiar with this website, I can do an HEP on this in probably about 5 minutes. So it's really quick. Once you get used to it and get familiar with what exercises you really like, you can easily find what you need, and then you can click on those and print them out. So it's a very easy website to use. It's free, and I do like the huge library of exercises that you can select from. And I hope that it is as easy for you as it is for me.
Hey, Stephanie, I have a couple of questions that I'm hoping that you could answer for me. I thought you did a fantastic job walking through the website. I'm wondering if there are different print options. I'm thinking particularly if we have folks who have low vision, do we have the ability to print just 1 exercise per page or 2, or how does it look when it prints?
Yes. The way I have the layout right now is 1 exercise per page.
Okay.
But you can go back.
That is customizable as well?
Yes. So if you go back to the HEP editor, at the very top you'll see layout. And so right now the gray shaded area is 1 exercise per page. You can also click few exercise per page, and I can show you the difference of what that looks like. And the print is a lot smaller, and so they typically put 3 exercises per page on this one. So normally I keep it at one exercise per page just so that the print is bigger. Sure. Unfortunately, you can't modify the text in terms of the font size. I've tried it before for people with low vision, and it won't allow you to do that. So the only way that I've found is to actually just change the layout to 1 exercise per page. And so you just go to your layout and then click on 1 exercise per page.
And have you found that it's easier for our clients to understand the exercises when they're these quote-unquote real pictures versus the drawing of somebody doing it?
Yes. A lot of people I have that have difficulty with seeing the print go by the pictures. And even those people that can read it just tend to find that using the visual picture is a lot more helpful for them.
Perfect. Alyssa, before we end the call, do you have any additional follow-up questions that I missed?
No follow-up questions.
Okay. Well, Stephanie, thank you so much for taking the time to share your information. I'm sure this is going to be useful to a lot of clinicians out in the field. And I know, like with anything else, it's probably going to take practice and kind of getting your own niche with it, but it sounds like once you do, then, you know, it's been a very helpful resource for you. So thank you again for taking the time to share it with the rest of the field.
You're welcome.